All right, so stepping into the exciting world of stage machinery. That curtain rises, thanks to your expertise.
Yeah.
And we've got those role catcher resources ready to go to help prep for that big interview, career guides, sample questions, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's not just nuts and bolts, though. It's the whole world of theater.
Yeah,
So we're going to really equip you to showcase that deeper knowledge. That's what those hiring managers, they love to see.
exactly. We'll unpack what employers are looking for. But first, let's set the stage a little bit. What exactly does a stage machinist DO? More than moving sets around, I imagine.
It really is. You're kind of like the invisible force, right? Bringing the director's vision to life, working with, set designers, lighting, the performers themselves to make sure it all just flows seamlessly from one scene to the next.
Like a technical choreographer, right? Making sure everything moves in harmony. And speaking of moving up, what's the career path look like for a stage machinist?
Think of it like a journey, multi-stage journey. Early on, it's all about hands-on. Internships, apprenticeships, volunteering at local theaters. Those are the building blocks. And as you progress, you might specialize. Rigging, automation, scenic painting even. Those are the hot skills right now.
So you're not just a jack of all trades, you become that master of your craft. Okay, let's shift gears a bit, tackle some of those interview questions, starting with a classic. Describe your experience working with stage machinery.
Yeah, this is your time to shine. Bring those experiences to life. Don't just list machinery. Think about the manual fly systems, automated rigging, anything relevant to that job. Tell a story about a production where your skills made a difference. Remember, you're painting a picture, right?
Give them those aha moments, show off that expertise. And speaking of showcasing, RoleCatcher's AI, it can analyze job descriptions, help you tailor answers, hit those keywords employers are after.
Like a personalized playbook for each interview. Now, safety is huge, right? They'll definitely ask about that. How do you ensure safety of the performers, the crew, when you're operating this machinery?
That's a big one. What are they looking for there?
We want to see that proactive mindset, right? Talk about protocols you've followed, pre-use checks, clear communication with everyone on stage. Mention specific safety measures, weight limits, harnesses, emergency procedures, all of it. Shows you take it seriously.
It's not just following the rules, it's anticipating hazards and preventing them.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that tests problem solving. How do you troubleshoot those common issues with the machinery?
This is where you think on your feet. Share a time you had to diagnose a glitch, maybe even under pressure. During a show, what did you do? Get creative. They want to see you handle the unexpected.
That blend of know-how, quick thinking, that's what makes a great stage machinist. And this industry, always evolving, so I bet they'll ask about staying up to date. How do you stay current with new technologies, all that stage machinery stuff?
Show them you're a lifelong learner, right? Talk about conferences, workshops you've attended, publications, online resources, maybe courses on automation systems. That eagerness to learn and adapt, that's key.
That passion will impress them for sure. Okay, let's get into some more specialized questions. Some descriptions might ask about software, like describe your experience with computer-aided design, that CAD software.
Yeah, CAD is becoming so important in stage design, even if you're not designing the sets yourself, just understanding how they're modeled, translated into plans.
Yep.
Huge plus.
So if you do have experience with that CAD software, what's the approach?
Be specific. Mention the programs you know.
Yeah.
AutoCAD, Vectorworks, and highlight projects where you use them. Assisting with set design, technical drawings, even visualizing machinery placement with CAD.
But what if you don't have much CAD experience?
Honesty is best. Acknowledge it's an area you're still learning. Express that eagerness to learn. Mention courses, tutorials you're exploring. Initiative and willingness to grow, always a good look.
Right, it's about showing you're adaptable, expanding that skill set. Okay, next up. Let's say the description mentions welding, metal fabrication. How would you answer that? Describe your experience with welding and metal fabrication.
Yeah, this one might not be for every role, but if it comes up, they're looking for hands-on experience. With those materials, the techniques used in set construction.
So if you do have some welding and fabrication experience, how do you show it off?
Like those other technical questions, get specific. Talk about the types of welding you know. MIG, TIG, maybe. Describe projects. Did you help build custom set pieces, repair equipment, fabricate rigging components? Show them you're comfortable with metal, creating and repairing those essential stage elements.
And if you haven't done much welding or fabrication, be upfront about it.
Yeah, honesty's key. Acknowledge that limited experience, but pivot to transferable skills. What other tools have you worked with? Materials. Do you understand structural integrity, safety protocols? Focus on those strengths. And that willingness to learn new techniques, that's important.
Great approach. Turn a potential weakness into highlighting your adaptability. Okay, let's go to teamwork. How do you collaborate with other members of the production team to ensure a successful performance?
This is all about those soft skills. Communication, interpersonal skills. Stage machinists are part of a team, right? So collaboration, it's essential.
What examples show off those collaborative skills?
Think about working with directors, designers, lighting, sound, even the performers. Did you adapt to changing cues, resolve conflicts, keep everyone informed, share those stories?
It's showing you can work together, achieve that common goal. Now, what if collaboration wasn't so smooth? Avoid talking about that.
Not at all. Choose an example, a challenge, a miscommunication, but focus on how you helped resolve it. Maybe you facilitated a discussion, found a compromise, went the extra mile. Those situations actually showcase your problem solving, your conflict resolution skills, really valuable in a fast-paced environment.
Great point. Turning a potential negative into showing off your skills. Okay, on to a question that comes up a lot in technical fields. How do you stay up to date with new technologies, techniques in stage machinery?
This is where you share your passion, right? Conferences, workshops, training programs. Talk about publications, Lighting and Sound America, technical theater, online forums, connecting with other professionals. Maybe you've even experimented with software, taken online courses. Show you're not just keeping up, you're seeking out that new knowledge.
It's showcasing you're pushing those boundaries. And you know what's really helpful? RoleCatcher's AI, it can give feedback on your answers, help you refine your delivery, the content.
Like a virtual coach helping you get stronger. Now, let's dive into a question that tests thinking on your feet. Describe a time when you had to improvise a solution to a problem, with the stage machinery, of course.
This is where those backstage stories come in handy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A specific example, a technical glitch, ideally during a performance, or a high-pressure rehearsal. What was the problem? What were the stakes? And how did you come up with that creative solution under pressure?
Like a theatrical detective, using your knowledge, your resourcefulness to solve the mystery, save the show.
Exactly. They're not just looking for a fix, but the thought process. Staying calm, finding that solution that keeps things running smoothly.
Okay, so we've covered some common technical questions. Now let's address the balance between safety and efficiency. How do you prioritize safety while also meeting those production deadlines?
This question, it gets to the heart of being a responsible stage machinist. It's tempting to cut corners when deadlines are looming, but safety, never compromise.
How do you demonstrate understanding that balance?
Talk about your approach to risk assessment, understanding safety regulations, communicating hazards to the team. Describe a time you identified a safety issue, even if it meant a delay. Talk about inspecting and maintaining equipment, making sure everything's in top shape.
Showing you're proactive, responsible, putting safety first, even with tight deadlines. All right, let's wrap up this section. One more question that comes up in high-pressure roles. How do you handle those situations? Equipment malfunctions, during a live performance.
Showcase your calmness, quick thinking, staying focused when things get tough.
What kind of example shows that off?
Imagine a critical piece of scenery malfunctions during a scene change. Audience is waiting, actors are relying on you, pressure's on. Describe how you assessed the situation, communicated, implemented a solution. Quick fix, backup plan, even improvisation. The key is staying calm, thinking clearly, taking action in a high-stakes moment.
Showing them you can handle the heat and keep the show going, no matter what happens. Now, we've covered a lot. I know it can feel overwhelming. But remember, RoleCatcher's here to help. AI tools, analyze job descriptions, tailor answers, feedback on your delivery.
Personalized coach guiding you every step of the way.
So, deep breath. Remember those insightful answers? Go into that interview with confidence.
It really is. Taking that best work out, replacing it with, those data-driven insights. Personalized guidance. You mentioned career guides. What did those offer for aspiring stage machinists?
One thing that jumped out, that emphasis on continuous learning. This industry is always changing, right? So it's not just the basics. It's having that growth mindset, being open to new ideas, new approaches.
Absolutely. What are some practical ways to stay up to date? For a stage machinist, I mean.
Well, the guide suggests conferences, workshops, those industry things, following publications, online forums, even joining organizations. like the USITT, the United States Institute for Theater Technology.
USITT. Great for networking, resources. And speaking of moving forward, career progression. What are some paths for a stage machinist, I mean? What can they look forward to?
The guide highlights a few. You might move into a supervisory role or even management, leading a team of technicians, overseeing productions, or specialize in something. Automation, rigging, become that sought-after expert.
Not one size fits all, which is great. You can find your niche based on what you love, your strengths.
Exactly. And you know what else is exciting? RoleCatcher's AI. It can analyze your resume, suggest improvements
Yeah,
based on the specific job.
like a personal career advisor. Right in your pocket. Now let's go back to those interview questions for a sec. See how RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor those responses. For specific roles, let's say you're applying to a touring company, big on automation. How might the AI guide your answer to that describe your experience question? With the stage machinery, of course.
Great example. Instead of just listing all the machinery, the AI might say, focus on automation, your experience with those systems. You could mention software, programming languages, or even talk about specific control consoles you've operated.
Showing that deeper understanding of those technologies,
Right.
relevant to the role. How about the safety question? How do you ensure everyone's safe, performers and crew, when you're operating the machinery?
In that case, the AI might say, emphasize automated safety protocols, emergency stop systems, sensors, redundant circuits. Talk about industry safety standards, specifically for those automated systems.
You're not just thinking about safety generally, it's the unique considerations of that automated machinery. Now, what if the job is all about rigging, flying systems? How might RoleCatcher's AI guide your answer to that improvisation question?
The AI might say, pick an example related to rigging, flying systems, maybe a damaged cable, adjusting a counterweight system, or securing a loose piece of scenery. Creatively, the key is showcasing your expertise in that specific area.
Making those connections, your experience, the employer's needs. All right, let's move beyond individual questions. Look at RoleCatcher's AI for your overall interview strategy.
One feature I love, the AI feedback on practice responses. You record yourself answering questions, get personalized feedback, delivery, clarity, content.
It's like that virtual coach, helping you refine your communication. What other insights does it give?
It can analyze your resume, identify gaps, areas to improve, suggest keywords, highlight skills, quantify your accomplishments.
Presenting those qualifications in the best light. Now let's talk about those first steps. A stage machinist's career. What's the guide recommend for those just starting out?
Hands-on experience, even unpaid, volunteer, internships, apprenticeships, assisting with school productions, anything to learn from those experienced professionals.
Building that foundation, showing you're willing to learn. What about those looking to advance? Level up their career, so to speak. What strategies are there?
Besides continuous learning, a strong portfolio. Document your work, highlight skills, gather testimonials.
Like a visual representation of your experience, talent. What else does the guide say?
Networking. Huge.
Yeah.
Attend events, connect on LinkedIn, join communities, build those relationships. They can open doors.
Being visible, making those connections. All right, let's talk about some challenges. It's not always glamorous, right? Stage machinist life, I mean?
Definitely not. It can be physically demanding, long hours, irregular hours, lifting heavy equipment, working in tight spaces.
Well, not a desk job. Any other challenges?
It can be mentally taxing too. Always alert. Anticipating problems, responding quickly, a lot of pressure, especially during live shows.
Resilience, focus, that's what it takes to thrive. But the rewards, those must be something. What makes it all worthwhile?
The guide talks about the satisfaction. Seeing it all come together, that seamless production, you were a part of it, the magic and the camaraderie, teamwork, that shared passion for bringing a story to life.
Part of something bigger. Contributing your skills, creating that experience for the audience, moving them, inspiring them. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive into the stage machinist world, what's your key advice for those prepping for an interview, I mean?
It's not just technical skills. Showcase that passion, your problem solving, your commitment to safety, to the team.
Yeah.
Specific examples. Let your enthusiasm shine through.
And RoleCatcher, they're there to support you every step. AI tools, tailoring your resume, refining your answers, practicing delivery.
Your personalized guide. Navigating that process. Landing that dream job in theater. Now, before we sign off, a final thought for our listeners. The stage machinist, often unseen, but so essential. What does that tell us about the power of working behind the scenes?
That's a profound thought. True impact. It often comes from those working tirelessly, selflessly, no need for recognition, applause. fulfillment in the act of creation, knowing you played that vital role, bringing something beautiful, meaningful to life. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? The most powerful stuff, often happening quietly, behind the curtain. And in theater, those stage machinists, they are those unsung heroes, making the magic happen.
Right. They take those visions, turn them into reality, every scene change, flawless, special effects, wowing the audience.
Making sure each performance, it leaves that impact.
The power of collaboration, artistry, and technical skill all coming together. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of the stage machinist. We've explored the role, those essential skills, even how to tackle those tough interview questions.
We talked about continuous learning, networking, showing off your passion, your expertise. Remember, it's not just a job, it's a whole career, blending those technical skills with a love for the performing arts.
And if you're ready to take your prep to the next level, RoleCatcher. It's your secret weapon. AI-powered tools, tailoring your resume, refining your answers, even practicing how you say it all.
Like your personalized coach right there in your pocket, guiding you every step of the way.
So to all you aspiring stage machinists out there, go for it. Confidence, knowledge, and that passion for what you do. The world of theater, it's waiting for you.
Keep that creative spark alive, never stop learning, and always, always strive for excellence. That magic of theater, it's in your hands.